Carmella-T. I hope you're having a beautiful night and a beautiful holiday season. This has been a rough December for some people. So I want to share with you something I wrote today, and it's been on my heart for a while. I had heard that advertisement about the road to Damascus, and it kind of just stuck with me. And so I between all the news that's been out most recently this holiday season that has been quite disturbing, very sad news, um, I wanted to revamp on the story of Saul becoming Paul, the Apostle Paul, what he had experienced. And so I just did a little short review and research. However, I put it in my own creative voice. So it's just an intro because I will, just like I did with the Bridge of Life, I have the Bridge of Life 2 now in Kindle for $2.99. It's only $2.99. I'm really proud of that because it is a lot less than the paperback. And the paperbacks now have gone up because of the, everything. So I want to read this. It's very short. And for those of you who are not familiar with the road to Damascus, I will preface this. The warrior Saul, who was going by orders to really unalive large sectors of society, anybody who was believing in Jesus. This was 47 years after Jesus' resurrection. But this, as a warrior, and Saul confessed, he did so, he followed out these orders with righteousness. You know what I mean? Very sad. So, but the miracle was what he experienced on the road to Damascus, and the army that he was leading witnessed the light that he saw, and that blinded him technically for a while, and they heard words. They were inaudible words to them, but they heard them. He was able to hear it clearly and understand the words. So with that, and you'll hear people who don't believe in anything and they don't give it a second thought, and they're like, well, no, he just kind of hit his head and came out of it. So let me tell you, when you hit your head, you don't come out of it with this clarity and balance of what you were like and what you are now, in the deep introspection of being blessed, basically, that it came out. So there's a whole lot of factors involved there. But anyway, with that, I want to read it to you. This is my little Christmas gift to you. I know it's not a Christmas story, but it is something that, and if you're not, I notice kind of some of the, when we have a monitor, we will be able to better monitor and delete some things. But for the meantime, I send my blessings to everyone, whether you want to be here or not. You don't need to be. And I say that with kindness and understanding. But I'm going to read this, and it's very short. And so here it is for you. The Road to Damascus. It is in KDP on Amazon. It's only $2.99. But it's short. It's like 11 pages. So, or it might be shorter than that because I have a few title pages. So the road to Damascus, Saul becomes Paul. A moment before the holy transformation, the echoes of 1,000 hoofs stampeded onto the road of Damascus. Silence deadened. Harsh vibrations broke through the air, creating windstorms of dust, spinning into micro-tornadoes. Against what was a spectacular horizon, now dull, suffocating from the pale grayish smoke of demonic dust, the horizon half lit with heaviness upon the earth, creating a stark silhouette of sadness. The army of cold hearts, false righteousness, and demons set on course to eradicate the innocents. The innocents kneeling in prayers of peace. While dead men stiff sit upright in their saddles, pale like their horses, commissioned to brutally take lives of the humble, go forth with great speed, stampedes of 2,000 hoofs cut deeply into the road to Damascus, echoing demonic screams of hate. Under the guise of righteousness, rabid in their conviction, they storm out to brutalize humble humans who are kneeling in prayers of peace. People of peace, the way to truth following Jesus, the Prince of Peace. Led by a man named Saul, said warrior following orders with pride and joy to destroy his brothers and sisters. While warriors of peace, people in prayer pray, they pray, while Saul boasts about his cruel attack. He boasts until the prayers of the people to the divine living God named Jesus, who rose from the dead, are answered. The prayers of the people who spoke to Jesus while he was alive on earth, just years prior, the prayers were answered. The prayers of the people with unwavering faith, some who even witnessed his crucifixion, the prayers were answered. The prayers of the people were answered in a most undeniable way. The people of peace knelt in prayer for holy intervention while the army charged down the road to Damascus to take their lives. The army of demons were charging down the road to take lives when, in a sudden moment, the very hand of God comes upon Saul as a light brighter than the sun, blinding him, knocking him off his horse with a voice heard by all, but only understood by Saul. Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Saul asks, who is speaking? I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. 'Twas here Saul's heart opened to the truth, to love, to understanding, to the reality of what he was doing to his fellow brothers and sisters. Blinded by the light, he was able to see again, but this time with his heart. Oh, well, hello, little Mashuki. The birds have something to say. So that is my little short poem I put out for Christmas here. And the reason I put it out is in the light of hopelessness, where people are coming from hate, there's always hope for them. Is there going to be a holy intervention? These are highly unusual occurrences, but I gotta tell you, I can't help but think in this day and age that, because at this time, this is based on historical fact and records of the history of Saul, but this was an experience that occurred 47 years after Jesus's crucifixion, after he had risen. And you've got to wonder, you have all of those witnesses, and it was 40 days, for 40 days and nights too, after Jesus died, there were witnesses of seeing him. But you got to wonder today, if you had a holy intervention with all of what's going on and the limited time a lot of people have to meditate and pray, would you know it? Would you know it? So anyway, but I do believe there is always hope, even when you think not, because Saul was after he transformed and opened up his heart, he described himself, as a warrior who didn't believe in anything, and he was proud to follow up his orders in going and, viciously. And he didn't just attack these people of prayer who believed in Jesus and Christians. He didn't just attack them, he brutally attacked them. So they have some descriptions describing that. But so, all I want to say is if someone like that can change, yes, there's hope in this world for you, for me, for our loved ones. And even if we think something didn't make a difference, however, I believe too we're living in a time and age where our own safety is important, and God definitely, if wants you to use discernment and discretion, and definitely take care of yourself first. Don't put yourself in harm's way trying to do the impossible, because people do choose their paths. They can consciously choose to go down a path of goodness and try to better themselves every day. Or they can choose the path of, hey, I don't care, I am what I am, I'm going to say what I want. And I don't care how it affects another person. There's paths that they're choosing. So, but I wanted to write this. It was on my heart, and I wanted to share because I know this is our artist channel, but we do our chakra meditation here. We're going to be doing some more of that. And I just wanted to say to you that I was inspired. I think I had seen a commercial on that road to Damascus, but I was also thinking of the road to Damascus for some reason. I just wanted to revamp and revisit the story and use this as a reflection piece. The next book I bring out on this will be a deeper reflection. Just like the Bridge of Life 2, the Traverse is a much deeper reflection of the first book, The Bridge of Life. That was kind of a basis and an intro to the next one. So this should be, I just published it on Kindle. As I said, for only $2.99. I'm super proud of that, to keep the price down and to make it available to people. But it's out there, and it is a creative piece. So it's not like a technical interpretation of the Bible. It's mine and what's on my heart, my imagery, like what I'm seeing, the dust kicked up by the horses pale, and just kind of the deadened zone of these real dark negative warriors going to attack really innocent, loving people of peace, people who believe in Jesus and following his way, people who knew Jesus when he was alive. They knew him because they were followers of him. Okay? Their prayers came to fruition. Don't think that they didn't. They totally did. So anyway, with that, that's some good news. So anyway, I hope you beautiful artisans are doing your art and enjoying your holiday. And this is a tough month. It just is for weather. It really is, but we'll get through it. Just keep your focus and keep doing what you do and believe, and you'll be there. And with that, you have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Love and light.